Alright guys, welcome to another Burnin video. It's been a little while since we put out a new video, but we want to give you guys a little update. So we're still alive, we're still kicking, and we're enjoying life. So we've been busy, super busy with a bunch of other things. Took on some different projects that we're working on, but nonetheless, we're still here. We still musky fished a ton last summer, but last season was a little tougher for us. I mean, we had some highlights, but it was pretty few and far between as far as the fishing went. And we had some tough outings, but we had a fun time up in Vermilion. We did good up there. Jake raised some big fish, and we got a couple videos coming out from that yet that we got to get out to you guys. And then we also have some other videos from last season and even before. So we're working on getting some more stuff out to you guys as much as we can. But we'll keep you guys posted as far as new action fishing videos. But today we're actually going to dive into the Wisconsin Musky Expo that's coming up in a couple weeks here.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're in show season, and it's a great time of year as always. But one of the funnest shows around, Wisconsin Musky Expo, and we got a lineup of baits here that we're going to be going over, just as far as some new stuff, some custom colors, and what you can all expect at the Wisconsin Musky Expo.
Well, there's going to be quite a bit, new this year.
Yep.
At the expo. As everybody knows, this is the 15th year for the Wisconsin Musky Expo.
Right, Rich. You've seen Rich in some of our videos as far as some of the educational, which he's provided some awesome information. But you run the Wisconsin Musky Expo.
We started it, 15 years ago. My wife and I, Penny, we started this 15 years ago.
Yep.
And then we kind of stepped back, just like you've had to in life right now.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much work that goes into this. And when you guys are filming, and I understand that, and so a lot of people have been asking, like, where you at? I mean, so last year, we actually, I think, did this video in a storage unit.
We did, yep.
And then this year, we're actually remodeling this house right now, and this is one of the back walls.
Yeah, you made a big move, so there's a lot changing. I mean, as far as
a lot of changes. You guys have gone through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I mean, you got married. Jake got married and had a child right away.
Yeah, job changes. Both
of you had job changes. So people need to understand that life happens.
Yeah.
I know there's in the last 2 months, I'm amazed at how many people that I ran into that had asked, what's going on with you guys.
Sure.
So that tells me a lot of people enjoy your videos.
Yeah, it's good to hear that. I mean, we wish we could kick out more, and we'll try to kick out more, but it's good to know that people are looking for us. So
yeah, it is good. So anyways, the show is March 15th through the 17th this year.
Yep.
Pretty much it's always the same.
Yeah.
We did move back because of the weather conditions, so we moved it to the 15th to the 17th. We've got over 80 vendors this year.
Nice.
And that's we've never packed as many vendors in the show as we did this year.
Yep.
We were a little apprehensive of doing it, but we had so many people that were trying to get in.
Sure.
That we just kind of rearranged things, changed some things around, and we made it happen.
Well, it's at the Central Wisconsin Convention Expo Center too, in Rothschild there, which is a great venue. I mean, it's a great layout as far as, we've had a booth there, and we're gonna have a booth there again this year. We've done it for, I think this will be our 5th year roughly.
Can you believe how fast time's going?
And we just love the layout. I mean, it's a fun atmosphere, and it gets the blood pumping for a new musky season. So
well, it's amazing how they don't realize the detail it takes to put a show like this together.
Oh, I can't imagine.
The detail is tremendous, and then they keep asking. They want more and more. And the fact of it is, there are people that come into the show, and they'll come in and they'll go to the companies that they want to buy baits from, and they walk out and they say, "Well, it wasn't that big." You got to if you took some time to stop and talk to each of these vendors, like for instance, this bait here, this is a big guy minnow bait, and people would buy this guy's bait, and they try to twitch them. They're not made for twitching. It was actually made for pulling. Mm-hmm. So just very much like a Suic, you would pull it, and the key thing with this bait here is it goes down 12 to 16 inches depending on the type of line you're using.
Yeah.
But it's made to be worked over the vegetation. It's made to work in shallow flats.
Sure.
But people didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to catch on to it now. but you know, it's just there's a lot of cool small bait companies out here right now that you know people need to get to. When we did the videos, okay, we talked about all the baits, the different baits. We did that mainly because we wanted to let people know that there was more out there than what you may find in your typical fleet farm. And then people go and they get a hellhound, or the brands that are Booker.
Yep.
There's more baits out there on the marketplace than people realize.
Right, and I think that's what you're kind of also bringing to the forefront with the Wisconsin Musky Expo. Is you get some of the small batch manufacturers that aren't kicking out thousands and thousands of baits every year, but they're still nice quality baits that are catching fish. So.
And the guys that are making this stuff, one of the companies that are coming to the expo this year, it's been a big thing, is made by Bam Bam Bait Company. This is a bowfin. Everybody's been asking about this.
Yeah,
now this year's it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, it doesn't, the bait, it works pretty cool in the water, but Bam Bam is going to be there.
He's Brady Martz, right?
Brady Martz. He's coming up from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But this thing has got a track record already. It's if you saw some of the fish that are being caught on this, so
it looks great.
Yeah, he's going to be there. He's going to be right next to Ross's Sports Shop.
Okay.
Everybody knows where Ross's Sports Shop is there, so he'll be on the end with Ross's Sports Shop. That's part of the moving things around to get as many booths as we could inside that show. So, but this has been a real sought after bait. We've had many messages. The word got out that he was coming. I've had unbelievable amount of messages wanting to know if it was true that he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And yes, he is going to be there. So Bam Bam Bait Company from Pennsylvania is coming to the Wisconsin Musky Expo.
Nice.
So that's, speaking of rubber, a lot of people, there's another bait that everybody's been asking about.
Which I was just checking out.
Oops, there goes that.
Which I was just checking out the Milwaukee Musky Expo yesterday, the 8-inch Poseidons.
They normally would make, this is from Chaos Tackle, it's the 8-inch Poseidon. I think most guys, I've watched this marketplace, they went bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think, and this is one of the things that we try to stress in some of the videos, bigger doesn't always mean better.
Right. Okay,
it doesn't always mean bigger fish. But putting the bait in the strike zone, regardless of what size bait it is how you're going to get those fish to eat.
Yeah.
Okay? But people have been screaming for an 8-inch Poseidon. Chaos Tackle finally, came out with an 8-inch. They came out last fall. A few got out. Guys like Michael Hansen, he guides up in the Hayward area. He tore the fish up on this thing. They caught a lot of fish. So
I believe it.
Everybody's been looking for 8-inch Poseidons. They're going to be there also as well.
Yeah.
So basically what we got here is all the stuff that's new.
Yeah.
I dropped that box. We'll pick that up later.
Sure.
When you got cameras looking at you, you don't even want to move.
Right. Yep.
It's like, you freeze.
Yep.
So, that's a couple things in the plastics. As usual, Bulldog is going to be there.
Yep.
Of course, Chaos will have their, full line of Medusas. Some of their custom colors this year that they brought into the show. Some gorgeous stuff this year.
Right, and
so
also have their assault sticks there too.
Yes.
The assault stick lineup as far as the rods.
They've got a special going on right now. I think that there was such a thing on Facebook last night that people were asking about. They were running some specials, and they're going to bring those same specials to the Wisconsin Musky Expo as well.
Nice.
So, we're talking about Chaos. We talked about the Poseidon. Here's the other thing that they've come out with. It's called the Heavyweight Crankbait. This has been doing very well, especially out in New York.
Okay.
A lot of guys, are big trollers out there, and this went over real well. It's just a good, solid crankbait. It's got a great action to it, but it's got that aluminum lip so that it doesn't break or fold out, when you're trolling. So,
sure.
Nice bait. It's got great action. That's been, I noticed at the shows, people were really cluing into that. The other thing with Chaos Tackle is for, people know Chaos Tackle as, the Medusa or the assault sticks. Mm-hmm. And the fact of it is, Chaos has so much more to offer, that a lot of people aren't aware of it. But they really put some emphasis in their gliders this year. And I'm telling you, they work beautiful. You know, going back to some of the videos we talked, sometimes there's certain baits that we won't show in those videos because they're not always easy to get. And all it does is upset people.
Yeah.
They see it on your show, they want to buy the bait, and they can't because they're limited. Just like Tom's custom musky baits.
Yep.
You know, they're hard to come by. We didn't show them for that very reason because all we would do is upset people. But Tom is going to be there this year.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Actually, we've got him speaking at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Sure.
The guy, he's the unsung hero of musky fishing. When you look at all these people out there today that get recognition either through YouTube or, you know, being around the business a long time, Tom was quiet. Now, when you look at the musky fishery today, you know, people run to Green Bay, they run to Lake St. Clair, they run to all these bodies of water because they all want a 50-incher. This man here has caught a tremendous amount of 50s right here in Wisconsin.
Really?
Inland water, Wisconsin. I know one season he had 6 over 50 inches. Wow. And he wasn't doing it on Green Bay. He was doing it in inland water, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so I've talked him into doing like a question and answer period. He's 71 years old, but he's a hell of a stick. I think people should definitely check his seminar out, you know, when they come. But we're talking about gliders. Chaos is blunt nose. They're round nose. They got different applications. Same thing. Beautiful colors, patterns that they've got. But the baits they've done, you know, Chaos went through new ownership. And the guy that owns the company has really stepped up and tried to make some changes, you know, for the company. And slowly but surely he's working on different things. But they've got a full line, some great patterns of that as well.
Yep.
So everybody knows about Suics. This is a color pattern I've been fishing with for quite some time. I asked Mike if they would make these up. This is an orange head fire tiger. I've noticed other companies have jumped on this color.
Yeah.
And actually a lot of high contrast. Looks good coming through the water. But they're going to have these this year in the Suic booth.
Cool.
At the same token, you know, you've got your own custom Burnin 8s.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that, you know, they've got their videos. They also have a page that you can go on to where you can actually buy some of the baits that they use quite a bit.
Yeah, some of the favorite colors we like that produce well for us. And this one we worked with Suic on. Just Jake and I came up with that one. That it's hollow burnt perch is what it is, but it's got some nice contrast to it and also that holographic shine. So it
actually looks really good.
It does.
That's during a sunny day in the afternoons. This holographic, you know, scale actually picks up the sun, and you can see watch it flash as it coming through the water.
Stained or clear, we like it in, so it's looking good. I mean, we had it in a couple of our, I think one of our videos last year, but it's something that we got new last year and just started trying out, and we like the color, love the color so far. So that'll be in the booth.
Actually, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you know, baits, you know, for years in the state of Wisconsin, crane bait has been a standard musky bait, for everybody. And I think as time has gone on and the younger generation, they kind of got into the rubber and they got into tinsel, and the younger generation forgot the crane baits, except you guys didn't. You guys are younger, and yet how many fish have you produced on crane baits?
It's countless. I mean, that was I think one of the first ones we started kicking out fish on consistently. That was just like, all of a sudden there was a major trend, and it's like these baits work. The action's great. I mean, you can't beat the way they perform in the water.
Well, crane baits are made out of balsa, so that makes a big difference. They are reasonable in price. Bill Crane is 86 years old. Bill and Sharon Crane are the people, you know, that have made crane baits. They've got them in different styles, but you guys like the 206 and the 207s.
Right.
They got 2 custom colors in the Burnin 8s booth.
Yeah.
This is brown perch yellow, and I asked Sharon. We talked to Sharon about making you a black and orange. Yep. And that's exactly what they did. So
yeah, and it turned out. I mean, like what we had in mind. That's exactly how we...
Probably even better than what you wanted.
I agree, yeah.
I think you did.
Yeah.
So, you know, these are going to be in the Burnin 8's booth at the show. And, you know what? I can see right now at this house that this is how we're going to decorate our walls with musky baits. What do you think?
That looks great.
You know?
Yeah.
While we're talking about minnow baits, there's one here next to me. It's not really new, but, well, that was dumb what I just did. My wife will skin me for doing that. There. Is the Countdown Big Guy baits. The last 2 years in the fall time, and we've had the weather for this. This is an actual Countdown.
Sure.
And with the metal lip. It seems a lot of companies are going that metal lip right now, but this thing has been producing fish like crazy during the late fall.
Okay.
And you know, he's always constantly trying to make things better with this bait, but this has been a real popular bait the last 2 years, and he'll have a full line of colors. Another minnow bait that, well, it's not even really a minnow bait, you know, and I actually saw this yesterday at the Milwaukee Musky Expo. This bait here is made by CC Lures, okay? And the impressive thing about this is the guy that makes this, he's young.
Yeah.
He's in high school.
Really?
Guy is very talented. This is his pike color. I think, you know, they call this the shake and crank.
Okay.
When you watch the videos of how well this thing works,
Yeah.
it's tremendous.
Amazing
The kid's
bait
doing
jobs.
this kid, I think can't be but 17 years old.
Yeah.
He's painting these baits.
That's impressive. That's
He's
awesome.
painting these baits. And, but this is, like I said, this is called a shake and crank. This is made by CC Lures. He's got a full other line of musky baits there that he'll have in his booth. So you'll definitely, you want to check it out.
Yep.
You know. Some of the other things, you know, of course, you know, you were fishing some of my bucktails before.
The old Rich's Ambush.
This is the Rich's Ambush.
Yep.
People requested to have a fluted blade, so we went ahead and did this. This is a bluegill. If you look at the colors of this bluegill, everything you would see in a panfish is in this skirt color.
Yeah.
So, I know this is one of your, I think Jake's or your favorite colors.
Yeah, we actually have, so the single 9 that you have in Rich's Ambush is what we have on our website currently,
Right.
custom colors, and then you're adding that Indiana blade to it now, so.
He's going to add a couple more colors. I'm a couple other blade, you know.
Yep.
When, you know, here's what happened, you know, I've got health issues, you know, and so
Yep.
I kind of, stepped aside. It was getting too hard. My circulation makes it tough for my hands to tie and stuff like that. So I did go to Babe and say, hey,
Right.
why don't you make these? You need a bucktail lineup in your baits, so why not make them? So he did. He's doing a great job. I spent some time helping him, you know, showing him how I tune these.
Yep.
These don't have to be tuned.
Okay. Yeah.
The
I
cup,
noticed they're straight, not like the
the
other
cup,
ones.
you know, with these blades,
Yep.
you know, they really vibrate hard.
Yep.
You know, just because of the ridges off the flute, you
Right.
know. So this has been, a lot of guys have caught a lot of fish on these. You've done very well with them.
Yeah, the single 9s have produced super well for us.
You've got your own custom colors in
Yep.
an ambush
Yep.
in the booth. So here's something that's come out new. This is made by Pandemonium Tackle. Everybody knows Pandemonium for the SRJs.
Yeah, and the
You know,
markings too.
the Dive and Rise SRJs. This is one of their new bucktails come out. It's what they call a number 8, crystal. The interesting thing is that I think they're using titanium wire.
Yeah, it's
And
flexible.
so and you know what? Like we tune an ambush.
Yep.
This is going to work on the same premise
Right.
as far as vibration. It's got that real loose wire in there. It's going to get bent. It's going to pop back
Right.
to its original position. It's not going to stay bent. But this was a big hit at the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Was these number 8 crystals,
Sure.
and so
I've used the tinsel one. We've used the tinsel stuff from there for quite a few years, and they've produced a lot of good fish for us. They're bucktails. So,
they're bucktails.
Yeah.
Everybody knows them for the SRJ, but they make a good line of bucktails.
It's a really nice run of bucktail, I think.
Yeah, this is crystal. It's not tinsel. It's not hair, it's a crystal. And from looking at what I saw, it looks really good in the water. So, those are just some of the baits that are going to be there at the show.
Yeah, but then you also got your speaker line too. So
well, here's something we've always done differently at the Wisconsin Musky Expo. I've always wanted the younger guys. I wanted guys that didn't get as much recognition, but were probably what I consider some of the best fishermen out there. Mm-hmm. And we've always kept that as when I choose my speakers. I don't know, maybe I'm not so good or whatever, but Mike insists that I'm always speaking all the time. Friday we've got Taylor Flannery. A lot of people, have heard about Taylor. He's actually a very good guide. Mm-hmm. When I look at, there's so many people that want to be a fishing guide, but there's only a few that I know out there right now that I would really trust. And that's actually because I've been in the boat with them and see how they react to people and how they handle the situations. But Taylor's going to be, he's definitely one of the up-and-comers. He's going to be someone that's going to be around for a while. Same thing with Michael Hansen. That guy is a stick and a half. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to end up being one of the, he's going to be the new Tony Rizzo.
Yeah.
The guy is awesome. He's probably one of the best fishermen I've seen on the water. He's cool. Got it together. I can't say enough good about Michael Hansen. And then, of course, you've got Brian Schaefer and Dan Groping-Gieser. They're going to do a duel.
Okay.
Brian Schaefer, another great stick in Wisconsin. He's a lot of respect for that man. He is the rubber man. If anybody knows rubber, it's Brian.
Yeah.
They spelled his name wrong, I noticed here. It's an O. It's actually B-R-Y-A-N. All the little details that you miss.
Yeah.
Saturday, of course, will be Tom Harrison, myself at noon. Dave Birch. It's not a name that you normally see. I was going to ask you if you could slide over here underneath and grab that box of... you got it?
Yeah, right here.
I can't even bend over like that anymore. Lately, a lot of people have been hearing about fins. And people thought, there's so many line companies coming out, so they figured it was just another company that came in from China. Okay. Fins is actually a company that manufactures line. They're an OEM company that manufactures braid for other companies.
Okay.
But as time has gone on, as we all know, things have slid over into China. Mm-hmm. And so they finally said, you know what, we're going to make our own private label. So Fins is not new. They've been making braid for a lot of other companies for many, many years. Now, going back to Dave Birch was the man that innovated braid 30 plus years ago. Yeah. This is the man that started it right here, Dave Birch. Mm-hmm. And the thing that drives me crazy is people will spend $400 on a fishing reel. They'll spend $350 on a brand new musky rod, and they'll look for their line in a closeout bin or the cheapest line they can buy. The fact of it is, this should be the most important thing that you buy because this is the only terminal connection you got between you and that fish.
Yeah.
And these people have been at this a long time. They got it down pat. They know what they have to do. And they've got a booth there that they're going to have for customer service. Most of the retailers will be carrying fins. But take in that seminar from Dave Birch because you can learn so much from that man.
Sure.
And that is a really important thing. I mean, I think last year you were fishing with fins, weren't you?
Yeah, we ran it. Yeah.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. Yeah, that was the first go around with it, and we had 0 issues and produced just great for us. So.
Yeah, on Sunday we got Steve Jonasy at 4:00. For people who don't know, at this time of year in Wisconsin, those guys are thinking about going musky fishing already.
Yeah.
They've already got ice out, and it's a nice escape to get to Iowa. Steve Jonasy is the granddaddy of all guides over there. It's kind of funny as he started guiding and he started doing well, all of a sudden all these other younger guides started popping in. Mm-hmm. Same thing that's happened here in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
But he is the granddaddy. He's the godfather on those lakes over in Iowa.
Nice.
So he'll be speaking at 4:00. If you get a chance and you want to get out musky fishing, I would definitely hire this guy. He's a blast. He's to fish with. He's a great guy. a good time, and he'll have a booth there that you can discuss it with them.
Right.
Sunday, we got our heavy hitters. Jeff Van Remortel. I think everybody knows Jeff Van Remortel.
Yeah.
He's a stick and a half.
Yep.
And you got Mike Keys.
Yep.
Mike Keys, I think, he's got definitely one of the best TV shows out there. I mean, he's still standing.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
We're just waiting for you to have a TV show next. You know?
Yeah. Well, we got a good lineup here, so that's for sure.
These are solid people that have been in the industry, you know, that have been around. They're good people, and they're gonna teach you something.
Yeah.
And that's what's also important to me.
Right.
We don't need somebody up there, you know, being an advertisement. I want somebody that's going to be up there that's going to pass on some good information for people to catch fish.
Right. You got the educational side here with the speakers. You got
all this new stuff to look at.
Right.
There's so much more this year.
Right.
It's going to be probably the biggest the show's ever been, and we can't make it any bigger than what it is right at this point. There's no way.
Well, it's fun and it's exciting, and we're looking forward to it. And we hope you guys stop by the Musky Expo. Swing by our booth. We'll be there. We're interested in hearing all your musky stories from last season and beyond. So swing in, talk to Rich, talk to us, talk to any of the other booths. So we'll I think we'll wrap her there, huh?
Sure.
A lot of good information for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with more at some point. We'll see you in the next one.